Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. We lost another one. I used to watch his reality TV show as well, Ozzie Osborne. It's a family thing. I like those family TV shows. And he left us yesterday. The reason why I know of him, I was not a hard rock or fan, but I heard about him, and I don't remember, I think it was probably 80s or 90s, that he bit a bird or something to that effect. I remember that. And that's how I knew of him. But I thought I would mention him because a little while ago, before I came on, I'm like, oh my God, I have to mention him. And he showed me himself being free. And he's dancing, you know, because he was stuck. He couldn't walk anymore. I don't remember what he had, but he could no longer walk. So he's letting everyone know that now he's able to do anything that he wants, and he was like dancing. So that's that's what I was getting from him. Having said that, I don't know how many of you watched, well, I'm sorry, may he rest in peace, and my sympathies to his family, Ozzie Osborne, that is. Thank you very much, Sophia TC, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I don't know how many of you watched Odano last night, and I was talking yesterday about how young Epstein, how young the girls he was abusing were. And last night, Odano gave an example of one of them who testified. I don't know if it was, well, I guess it had to be in court because he had a transcript and he was reading from it, you know. And as I was listening to it, I mean, it's pretty painful because the young lady, I'm not going to dwell on that too much. She was explaining how how basically he got to her, and he basically raped her at some point, to make the long story short so I can move on. You know, and I was thinking about what Trump is trying to do to evade this situation, and also the arrogance of Republicans shutting down, well, Mike Johnson and Trump, among others, who are playing behind the scenes. They shut down Congress to prevent signing or, you know, discussing the case and however they were going to dispose of it. But they didn't want people to vote. And because Mike Johnson and Trump, because Mike Johnson is not doing anything without Trump's approval. I'm sure you guys know that, okay? And yes, it would have passed. But there are a couple of reasons why I'm saying this. There is something we don't know about, because it takes a whole other level of arrogance, not ignorance, of arrogance, to ignore the people who sent you to Congress, your constituents, to do something like that. I don't know what it is Trump and these people are thinking with others around them. They are terrified. In fact, Frank Bruni, I copied it because I've been telling you guys, a lot of people around Trump are very concerned. He posted something he's from the New York Times, okay? And he repeated what the prediction I've been making for the past week or so. People at the White House and around Trump are beginning to worry. So that's to let you know what I've been saying to you. Yeah, there's a lot of worries back there. But the arrogance of these people to do something like that, although they are worried too, but it feels like to me they feel they can achieve their goals. I don't think so. Otherwise, because what we are going through right now, these people, Republicans and Trump, they are trying to change our form of government. And this is like a coup, but from Republicans, because they want to stay in power forever. And that's why Trump is attacking society at every level. And by the way, newspapers are beginning to write about what I have been saying to you for a better part of a year now. Trump is following the Osborne playbook. I read something about that as well. Okay, it's up. The way Trump is going about getting money from extorting them, basically, different companies. They give an example of someone in Osborne's circle who's doing the same thing, okay, wherever, in Hungary, wherever Osborne is from. The way they are attacking newspapers, people, everything. Exactly the same thing is happening here. But let me backtrack. That's to show you how arrogant they are. America is not, yes, according to the person who wrote the article, intuitively, I don't feel America is like Hungary, okay? But the person who wrote the article, he's a former ambassador from Hungary. And he was saying he was surprised how docile and Americans are taking the same attitude as the Hungarian when Orban started governing and taking over everything. They are responding the same way. Intuitively, I feel it is true to a level. But something nasty is coming. But to go back to the self-confidence, some people at the top of this coup that Republicans are perpetrating on this country, I think they are a bit too overconfident, because there are signs of a lot that can go wrong with their plans, and it will. One person, do you guys remember I mentioned the gentleman's, the former Secretary of the Air Force, Frank Kendall? Yesterday he was again on weeknights on MSNBC. I love that show. Still, Simone, and the other young lady, I can never remember her name. Alicia, I remember. Yes, he was on that show. He said he was afraid of one thing. I agree with him. As we know, the troops, they swore an oath to the Constitution, and they are not supposed to carry out unlawful orders. He says that's where he has a problem, although we have a professional military. But if they say, well, this is an illegal order, we're not going to carry it out. But if the person that who's leading them said, how do you know it's an unlawful order? He says that can play a role and that can cause confusion among the troops. But intuitively, I feel, like I said not too long ago, that's not what's going to trigger the fight if it gets to that point. And by the way, I don't know how many of you heard, the Marines that were deployed in California are being recalled back to their barracks. I'm citing that as an example, and intuitively I feel that's to come. They are acting very arrogantly. they think their plan is going to work. Intuitively, I feel they're making the biggest mistake of their lives. That's my prediction. This thing can go south at any point. I was listening to a channel yesterday. I don't remember the name of it. She was talking about someone they arrested and how they were beating up some people on a bridge. I believe it's in Wisconsin or someplace like that. And she says they are behind the execution of their plans. I think it's more than that. They are behind because they are hitting obstacles. But my friends, within the next 6 months, it's going to be worse than obstacles. Because what Trump is going through right now with this Epstein stuff, and I'm sure you guys, do you guys remember I told you? Over time, more and more evidences are going to come out. CNN put out a picture of Epstein attending Trump's wedding. I believe it was last evening, and he lost his mind. Okay. O'Donnell reading the testimony of that young lady at that time. I don't know how old she is now, but at the time she was, I don't know how old she was. It was later after she was abused. But anyway, and Trump is trying to blame Obama. Obama came back, clapped right back at him. I think that shocked him because he did not expect Obama to respond, at least not that soon. A whole lot of those things are going to happen, but the worst part for Trump, it feels like to me, and it doesn't matter how many influencers he has, to try to make excuses, try to deflect and blame other people. It's not going to work. And you know what? I gave you an example of a woman who went on C-SPAN and said it's human nature to abuse infants. I hope no more of that type of people go out and say these type of things, or they do it in the privacy of their home, they call a show or something and say that, because they won't fare very well. But these type of things that they're going to try to do, because Trump right now is desperate, and they are looking for ways, regardless of how they get there, Houston is not going to be able to help them. Okay? And MAGA is hunting for evidence. Every little thing that comes out, MAGA pays attention to it, and they believe it. What's going to sink Trump, among other things that he's doing, the cover-up. Democrats, they're doing the right thing. They seize on this, and they are demanding for hearings and releasing files and everything. And MAGA, Trump is not going to be able to control them. And that's what's freaking him out. And it's not only going to be MAGA, it's Republicans, people who voted for him, that are going to turn on him, or are turning on him right now, because more evidences are coming out. And that's what's going to save us in some ways. And by the way, it's not only going to be Trump that's going to be painted with that brush. Do you guys remember I told you a while back? I did not know at the time Trump was going to come back to the White House. And I told you, Republicans, people who primary them, we're going to use Trump as an albatross around their necks. That's another thing that's coming. The Trump name is going to be like poison in the not too distant future. And that's how a lot of people are going to beat unseat a lot of Republicans in the House and in the Senate. Every single one of them who are helping with this coup, that's how I'm going to call it going forward, because that's what it is. It's a coup. The only thing is, a shot has not been fired yet by Trump unleashing ICE, DHS, among other paramilitary team that he has in this country, okay? But it's a soft coup. Watch how Republicans who are going to go back to their districts, they're not going to be well received. I'm sure most of them will not have town hall meetings, but they're going to get the message. Marjorie Taylor Greene said most people who call her off, she's never had that before. They are demanding that the Epstein files be released in full. That's all I had to hear to know that I'm right. And that's what's going to save us. Among people going out to protest, and also people are repulsed, Americans are repulsed by how immigrants are being treated. And that most Americans remember they were immigrants at one point. And it's beginning to get sickening. People who came here who didn't break the law, they create businesses like a gentleman in Washington, I believe. I wrote the state in Oregon. He owns a winery, or he owns a winery business, or he's in the winery business. Very successful with kids and everything. Never broke the law. They are shipping him back to Mexico after 30-something years. A lot of those things are coming out. Mr. Barranco, whose 3 sons serve in the military. Trump and Mike Johnson is going to suffer too. It's not only going to be Trump. There is a bad energy. I've mentioned that before. These people are creating. They don't know. They have no idea the energy they're creating. But this Epstein thing, that I feel those more evidences are coming out, or Donald reading passages from someone's testimony, among other things. I don't have the time. We don't have the time for me to list all of them. Are having an effect, my friends. This is going to be bad. That's what I feel is going to prevent Republicans from taking over this country and impoverish the rest of us. Because if you watch what Trump is doing among and his lieutenants, they are basically destroying everything that is so that they can make us feel defenseless. If we don't have resources, we can fight. Who has resources? That's his buddies, the billionaires and millionaires. Yeah. But I don't think it's going to get there. Like everyone else, I'm very concerned. It's very frightening what they are doing. And by the way, okay, I have to separate those two subjects. They're not going to succeed. I keep looking because if anything changes, I want to be able to say, this is getting too far. Republicans may succeed and Trump may succeed and get away with it. But right now, the way I am reading the situation, intuitively, I don't feel all the bad things he's passed has caught up with him. I'm talking about Trump. I don't see it stopping or not touching him, or it touched him and things are falling down as if it has no effect on him. I don't think so. And totally what I'm seeing is his past has caught up with him, and well, that's where he's at right now. He has no control, and it keeps pushing him. Trump's past has caught up with him. Trump caught up with him, and he can't run fast enough or do anything to escape. That's a very bad sign. If anything changes, please be open. I'll let you know. But right now, Democrats are doing the right thing. Evidences are coming in from all over the place. Some TV stations, media outlets are going to receive information that they didn't ask for, and don't get me wrong, the media, I'm sure they will continue to do their work, investigate and everything. But they will be receiving packages as well of evidence against what Trump is doing, because Trump never misses an opportunity to create enemies, because he loves to bully people and badmouth people. All those things are going to come back, or are coming back to hit him in the butt. That's what's coming. And also, yes, I mentioned Obama. Obama, he knows, he understands, well, of course he was president, he understands the power of the presidency, and he knows as well the country is in a very vulnerable situation, because the Supreme Court basically, and by the way, they too will face consequences at the right time. I'm talking about the MAGA side of the Supreme Court, who empowered Trump to go and do anything that he wants. There's going to be a price for that too, okay? But Obama understands where we are, and intuitively I feel he will be measured, but he's not going to be quiet. As we noticed yesterday, he responded, and I told you before, there are conversations taking place behind the scenes among former leaders of this country. There's a lot of talk and a lot of unhappy people, from military, non-military, vets, you name it. They're trying to convince people they're doing the right thing. Good luck. Watch what's coming. Okay. Having said that, the next group of people is the Supreme Court. You know, the family of some of them are beginning to talk to them. And those like Alito and company, they don't care. Although their families are talking to them, I don't think Thomas has any family. He has donors. But Alito has people in his family that are having some sway on him, because they are beginning to think, when Trump is gone, or even if Trump were to succeed, what are their lives going to be like? So there is a lot of questions those justices, their families and friends are asking them. That's what I feel. And like I said yesterday, there are going to be consequences for their actions, because everything they've done, every penny they got from those donors, watch, they're going to come out. We're going to find out, and they're going to lose face, and it's not going to be good. I mean, I know people know, but when you have everything in front of you, the way it's going to come out, I don't know exactly how they're going to get it. But it's not only us who are unhappy about their behavior, giving Trump this much power, and has confidence if he does something stupid, he can run to them, they will give him a pass. Yeah. They're going to get so much thrown at them. A lot of them are going to have difficulty staying as justices. That's embarrassing. It's going to be. Those who, unless, because I know Thomas and Alito want to retire. They want to create place for the guy Trump is about to put on the appellate court. Okay? But let me tell you, it's going to be very bad. The Robert and company will not escape what's coming. What's that space? That's my prediction. Okay, let me see if there are some questions. Joel Tyson says, coalition of decent people will rise up and overthrow Trump. Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad. Christian R says, will Stephen Miller pay for what he has done to this country? Absolutely, there is no doubt in my mind. This is not going to, none of these people, and you know something, their hands are not clean. And like I said, Stephen Miller, oh my God, thank you very much. And Angie Hughes, thank you very much for generosity in the super chat, I appreciate it. Angie says, thank you so much for insightful videos, Milou. Thank you, very welcome. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it, Angie. Okay. What was the question? Yes. Like I said a little earlier, I mean, I'm so surprised and I appreciate the super chat. I almost lost my train of thought. Stephen Miller, I mean, everything that they are doing right now, okay, a lot of Americans are unhappy about it. And a lot of people are looking for ways to contribute to the change that they want to see. Meaning, only a minority of people want Trump in this position and doing what he's doing. I don't know how many of you are, I don't have great faith in polls, but like I said, that's the only guide I can share with you. If you are watching CNN this morning and also the trend line of his polls, yikes. It's not good. He's failing or underwater all the major initiatives. I'll put it this way, the economy, the way he's sending, the way he's treating immigrants, foreign relations, everything, he's failing. So, and people, yes, citizens are looking for ways to contribute and remove him. It's coming. And this summer, Republican representatives are rushing home thinking they're going to, they're running away because they don't want to vote on the Epstein, on the release of the Epstein thing. But their constituents are waiting for them. It's going to be a lot of pressure. They're going to get a lot of blowback. Okay. Let me look for... Curdulan says, Milou, are you getting any intuitive hits on when we can expect our grocery prices to really start getting crazy? They're getting crazy now. To me, guys, I feel sorry for anybody with a few kids. It's expensive. It's going to continue. In fact, this summer, it's ticking up already, and it's not going to slow down. Okay? So, and people are noticing. Believe me. That's going to be another major problem. That's why I said the economy. And the tariff is going to kick in this summer as well. Did you hear how much the tariff he wants to impose on Venezuela? And I believe Venezuela will get a lot of coffee from Venezuela. avocado, all those staples. Yeah. And it's not only that. I mean, everything went up. So, it's here, my friend. It's the only thing is it's going to get worse. Carmen Donati says, Milou Orange is trying to eliminate the nighttime talk show. Who will be next? Everyone, that's what I've been saying for a while. There is no one is exempt, let's put it that way. Who's next? The other talk show host, or anyone who crosses him. Okay? And he's until he's stopped. I've always said that. They won't stop. These people don't stop by themselves. They have to be stopped. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's coming. And yes, he can put the military in the streets. If he does that, it will blow up in his face. I don't know right now all the dynamics, how that's going to happen. But if he puts the military in the streets, big mistake. And there was something else I wanted to mention. One second. I think I can't find it. Anyway, but somebody was talking about, I believe the question was, how long is the repression? Because this is what this is. I think that's what the question was, because it feels like to me the person has friends who's going through challenges right now, okay, with deporting and stuff like that. The person was asking me, how long do I feel this is going to last? Intuitively, something shocking is going to happen. And I'm going to be honest, okay? I don't know if it's a health emergency for Trump or the Epstein thing is, they have evidence, proof that he has abused young kids along with Maxwell and Epstein. I don't know which one is going to catch up with them first. It feels like to me it may be the Epstein thing. Okay, but I can't be sure. And I feel like saying between now and February. Do you guys remember I told you if something doesn't happen this March, I mean this summer, not March. I'm thinking of, I meant March or April of next year. But if something doesn't happen this summer, the beginning of next year till March, I doubt he's going to be in the White House. But I don't know which one is going to take him out. But right now, like I said, and people behind the scenes, and Frank Bruni, if you go on the New York Times website, the article is still up, or opinion, however they call it. Okay? There's a lot of panic behind the scenes, and that's one good thing. Because if we have, and people are protesting every day, they simply are not on TV, we don't see it, but online, and every once in a while, Mado or the other shows will show some of it, okay? All those things are creating major panic in the White House and people around Trump. And intuitively, I feel like saying they're beginning to realize their plans may not work. But just like my prediction a long time ago, I did not know he was going to come back for a second tour. Everybody in the House and the Senate support Trump will lose the seats. That's my prediction. Kenneth Blanks says, Milou, what is up with Fruit Loops health? I predicted a while back. In fact, one of you sent me a video on, oh my God, on Thread. Okay, and when I went on TikTok and watched the video, there is either a doctor or somebody who works in the medical field, and they are saying they are familiar with what he has. And you know, remember guys, I was telling you that that bruise he keeps getting in his hand, it felt like to me it's an injection, you know, in an area where, you know, because we have veins here, and they can give you medication through here as well. And the reason why I'm mentioning this, I've thought about it before, because I have a friend of mine a long time ago when I was in college. He was from Haiti. He suffered from kidney failure, and that's where they used to put the needle for the dialysis machine. Okay, when I saw that, that's what came to mind. Okay, so that's what the doctor said. The reason why I'm giving you the example of my friend that he died, because the doctor or whoever that person is said he suffers from heart failure and kidney failure. Okay, kidney failure, it must be in the early stages. I mean, he has the best medical insurance and services at his disposal. So there are certain symptoms that my friend had. He had no money. We were all poor, broke, you know, and they were you know, at that time, thank God it was in the early 70s, okay. I don't know how they worked that out, but he had free dialysis and he got lucky. But unfortunately, he went back to Haiti, and everything went south. His health went south. But anyway, I feel like saying there's a kidney issue here as well. So I mean, the reason why I said that, I'm waiting for his color, his skin tone to change to a darker, yellowish or dark, like a bluish, dark bluish. Okay, his legs, I feel, are like that. You know, from the inflammation or the water retention, it feels like it's changing color. He doesn't take care of himself, as we know. He continues to eat burgers and do everything. So he doesn't listen, but that's the way he is. But there are going to be consequences to that. And I did not mention kidney. What I said was he was going to suffer a heart issue, something like that. But the reason why he's still around and doing everything he's doing is because he has the best medical services and care, you know, anyone can possibly dream of. Yeah. So I think he has some kind of kidney issue. Okay. Sorry, I went a roundabout way. Somebody posted something. You're very welcome, Chef. Okay. Let's see, I'm looking for Joel Thyssen says August and September earth-shattering news coming. I wouldn't be surprised, but that's one thing I don't play with, because a lot of time you think something is going to happen at this time period and it happens way after or maybe before. It can shock you too. That can happen. So that's why I said, and I've been saying this for a while, between this summer and March of 26, something nasty is coming. Okay. Thank you very much, Liz Brown, for the generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. I didn't see it. You know, guys, they used to post donation on tap, I have to be careful because I want to make sure I thank everyone and, let you know I appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. Okay. I hope I answered all your questions. I think this is it, my friends. Let me scroll all the way down. Chef says, Milou, what is up with Cuomo? I was seeing the news, he has gone MAGA. Well, of course, he's hoping Trump will jump on him and help him. I don't feel he's going to make it. I've not been following because I have my hands full with Trump. Oh my God. But I don't see Cuomo winning New York. I'd be shocked. Okay. So let's see what happens. Patricia Everson says CHF kidneys are affected. Strong diuretics, IVs. He's seriously ill. I'm not going to argue with any of you people, medical background. Are you kidding? So I'm sure you guys are right. I'm going on what I'm getting. Haiku Jiv says, the aroma around POTUS is said to be unbearable. Yes, I've heard about that too. Thank you very much, Ron, Unconditional Love Tarot. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for your help and your support. Okay. I think this is it, friend. Thank you very much for spending time with me. And I want everyone to know that I appreciate your support, and you've been with those of you who have been with me since I started, and new subscribers, thank you very much. I am here every day at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless I'm sick or something happens. Something may happen, they may disappear me. So, but I am here at 12 every day, well, I mean weekdays. And on Saturday and Monday evenings, I do, that's when I get questions, answer questions for anyone who shows up in the chat. So that is always fun too. And if you like the channel and you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I would appreciate it. And also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up, everyone. That would help me as well. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up. It helps a lot. Thank you, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow, same time, unless something happens later, but I doubt it. Till then, bye.